Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Sorry about the shaking once again, folks. I just can't control it sometimes. It's bloody awful. I've got lots of demos to shuffle through today, so I've got to try and keep my hands steady as possible, if I can somehow. Going to leave out the contrast. This one's going to be an interesting one. Alright, let's see what we have. We have here, haven't done one of these for a while, Cole's Recipe magazine for cooking and shit. We're interested, believe it or not in the recipe, but in this not television, this advert for Breath Scent Swish toilet deodorizer. So that's a bit of a joke. I don't know why they call it breath. It sounds like it's meant to be breath, but it sounds like briefcase, like a rich person's briefcase. Breath. It sounds silly. The way it's spelled, breath. Brief. I think 200's probably too big because I can't get it to go. I can't get the image of the toilet to sit much over the 200. So I'm going to try a smaller enlargement, but basically breath. It sounds silly. But, you know, that's advertising. It's commercialism and advertising and money making, whatever. And there's all these products that use lots of chemicals. And, yeah, you wouldn't think this shit's good to dispose of safely. It's like everything's made with chemicals, everything's expensive. And, oh, no, a lot of things are cheap, but at a price, because there's a lot of slave labour going on in today's world, and yeah, I just don't like that bit there. I do want the toilet bowl. Wondering if we could do something better with that. But yeah, it's called Breath. I don't know why they like to call it a name like Breath. I mean, it's just silly. I'm actually thinking we're going to photocopy the page just like this, the whole page, and we're just going to use that as our master copy. So I'm wondering we're just going to stick it on 100, and we're just going to drop the dock feeder on it. But basically, yeah, I just find all this is, and it's supposed some of these toilet fresheners are often sold like duck, the stuff that, you know, it comes out in a dispenser. And it's meant to be like a substitute for cleaning the toilet, but you got to clean the toilet properly. These so-called solutions can't clean the toilet on their own. They got to the toilet has to be cleaned properly with a brush. Nothing can sort of replace a dunny brush, if you will. I'm going to just use the background removal, but you just can't avoid using a toilet brush and toilet cleaner. Let's see how we go with this. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks a bit less backgroundy. I think that might just a tough choice. We're going to use this as our piece. So now we're just going to switch it to copied paper. We're going to just take that off. I'll probably hang on to this because it's got recipes. I don't cook on my own, I get help, but basically I do get to choose what I eat when I get the help with the cooking. Wondering if we're going to get rid of that background removal. No, we're just going to leave it. But basically, yeah, it's this toilet cleaner, you know, you just get the feeling it's just loaded with lots of plastics. You know, the plastic ends up in landfill and incinerated and not recycled. It's a big problems we have with our environment at the moment, folks. And it's hard to avoid. You know, there's so many things in the world that are that are badly designed, or things that are designed to break and end up in landfill because the companies that make them don't care about the product. They're not passionate. They just care about the money they can make, the quick dollar. And that quick dollar, it often translates into environmental issues. And it's really bad. And we just can't seem to escape fucking up the planet, however much we'd like to do a good turn. I don't think we need this. So it's really difficult trying to clean up the planet when all is against it. You know, it's just difficult trying to make a fucking difference when everyone's polluting and you just don't feel like you can fight the movement to pollute. What can you do? You know, everything's made for the dump, basically. I'm hoping soon to buy a fan heater, and the idea is to buy a good quality fan heater, like made in Australia. Might be a little bit more expensive, which is the difficult part for me because I'm not rich, but basically it has to be serviceable, so if it breaks, you get it fixed like in the old days. But now it's all about the dump. It's all about designing for the dump, and it's really difficult trying to fight the movement to pollute, because the pollution, it just seems easier to pollute than it is to do a good turn for the planet. It is. I struggle with it, folks. I'm so angry at the system. I'm so angry at how things are made and how everything's designed to fuck the planet and fuck the human race. And I'm just so over it. I just can't. I just struggle to. I'm just learning to be a polluter because it's just too expensive to buy the best brand or the best product, and it often doesn't even exist. So I'm chained to it as well, folks. I struggle. I'd love it if I could make a difference, but making a difference is just difficult, expensive, and I don't have that sort of money floating around on me. I'm wondering which one I'm going to use. I'm actually thinking that one. So yeah, it's really difficult trying to walk against the tide of pollution. It's difficult, folks. I'm going to try another one, and this is really difficult, this one, folks. But basically, it's difficult trying to flow in the direction you want to go, to flow with trying to clean the planet and keep it green and use renewable resources. I can't afford solar panels, and I don't have the option because I live in a social housing. I don't think it's called an estate, but basically it's low rent for low income people like myself. But basically, how should I put it? I can't put solar panels on the roof, for example. However much I'd like to have solar panels, to have clean, green and cheap, in the long term, cheap electricity, I just don't have that option. And it really pisses me off that I can't do that I haven't got the option. So I have to join in and, and pollute. So I have to now. I can't do what I want. I can't do what my heart's desire wants, is to make this a clean and green existence of mine. I want to make it a clean and green existence, but I am hampered by all this stupid fuck. I'm actually wondering what I'm going to do with this one. I like to have the toilet in the frame, but I like this part here. Which way is going to be the centre of the job? But basically, it's just not easy being green in a world that's designed to be environmentally unfriendly for the sake of money. Money, the love of money, folks. You know, don't be mistaken. The love of money is really the root of all problems in this world. Pretty much just about every problem, including the coronavirus, can be traced back to assholes who love money and their fucking way of doing things. They don't care about you, they don't care about me, they don't care about the planet, they just care about themselves and their fucking money, dickheads. I wish I could fucking throttle these bitches, sluts, but not worth it, folks. They'll get their just. That fucking karma will come back and bite them on the asshole. And they won't have much left of them because the asshole is the biggest part of their body. It's where the money talks from the asshole, folks. It really does. In more ways than one. Money talks loud and clear. There's a song called Money Talks by the Rock Melons. It's the only song on the album Tales of the City that I choose not to listen to. I haven't listened to the Rock Melons for a while, but that song just pisses me off. Just like any song about money, like Money, Money, Money by ABBA. I mean, for example, that's really like ABBA's darkest moment. It's really a song that I just can't tolerate. Really, it almost makes me want to cry, or at least become emotionally sad. I feel sadness when I hear that song. It disturbs me. It's not a funny song. It's not a nice song. It's one of ABBA's darkest moments in their musical history. Let's see how we go. Let's see how we go. Okay, well, that's turned up nice and colourful. I think now this was worth it. Now we can call it quits.